But okay, so once you actually get out, though, what becomes the focus of your life? Because I know you do a lot of work to try to get like weed prisoners out and everything, but then you're also just doing business and everything. Like how do you get back to it?
So now at the start, it was like, it was a lot at the time when I got out, because now I got to be a father, and you got to get back, and you got bills, and LA is one of the most expensive places to live in, right? So I had to figure out, like, all right, why did God pick me, right? And I got the last part, and I got the last one out of everybody, right? So like I said, how can I turn this minus into a plus? So by turning this minus into a plus, the first thing that I did was, like, while I was already in prison, I had my partner start the 40 tons. So we was already starting a movement on some old, just to bring a knowledge, right, to the case, and bring knowledge to the 40 tons to bounce off of all the things, the complex, the BET, to bounce off all of that, to start the brand, right? So I will wake up to a guy getting sentenced 40 tons of marijuana. I will wake up to that newspaper clipping every day. I had it on my bunk. I said, I'm gonna turn that around. So I said, well, I'm gonna call this 40 tons, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna call the company 40 tons. I'm gonna use the same they used against me to take my life. I'm gonna use that to try to have one of the biggest brands. But in order for me to do that, I have to do something different than all the brands are doing, because everybody has a brand, right? And everybody's selling weed. So I had to do something where a percentage of my stuff goes straight to the prisoner, right? So we just did Canna Christmas. We raised $9,000 to put on people's books that have cannabis crimes, right? So we have a site. If you go to 40tons.co and then you buy their T-shirt on our site, that money, 100% of those proceeds go to their book. So as big as we get as a brand, they're going to get big with us and have their own brand within us, right? So they're going to have their own stuff going on as you buy their product and buy their T-shirt to free them. That's going straight to their books and straight to their commissary. So we had to do something different and really speak for the voices, because we start seeing brands say free the trappers, but then like free the trappers, you don't even know the trappers. We have a whole list of everybody that's locked up currently for marijuana, and they call my phone every single day, and we write to them and make sure that they're straight. And that's our job.
So like, can you pay for your lawyer off of your books from the feds? Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
What's the max you can have on your books? 'Cause
99,000 is the most that you can have on your books in the feds. I made it to like 40. That was like my top was like 40 bands. Then you get it on a card when you get out. When you get out, you get it on a card. You feel what I'm saying?
So where did you keep your money while you were locked up that you were able to have people helping you out like that? Because don't the feds at a certain point try to confiscate all your funds and everything, I would assume?
They're going to take all your money out their safe deposit box. They're taking everything. You're going to be stripped. You're going to start
everything
from
they
nothing.
know about.
Everything that they know about, they're going to take right now. Like, they're going to come in the house. They're going to tell you, whatever you got hanging right there. Safe deposit box, they took all my jewelry. You feel what I'm saying? They take all your clothes. Not your clothes. They take your money, right, that's in there. They're going to freeze your bank account. You feel what I'm saying? So everything is going to stop as far as money-wise. So now you're going to have to fucking scramble, right? So you're going to have to scramble for lawyer fees. You're going to have to scramble for this. So everything that I hustled in the Fed. I traded stocks in the Feds. I learned, even when I wrote my book, I read 100 to 200 autobiographies. So I used the Feds as like school, right? So like, even with his sister, me and his sister would trade stocks, like, what I mean? Yeah. So like, what I mean? We'd trade stocks. So I had to learn a way. How can I still provide and still be able to, I wanted my kids to know, like, okay, he's gone, but I still sent a check, because the check that you send from the Feds is like a Statue of Liberty check, so it looks like a tax check. And I would send that to my kids every month, whether if I'm on lockdown or not. So they would know, like, he was gone, but shit, I do remember getting a check every month, like, from him. So that was my whole thing. And I would hustle in there. I learned sports in there. So I was the bookie, so I ran the ticket. I had a gambling shack. I would try to do everything just to still make money and stay busy and stay focused on coming home. That was the whole point. You know what I'm saying?
How do you get paid in the Feds? Stamps?
Oh, I did. Yeah, you get paid. See, you get the stamps, right? So you get, all right, so I got to hustle up all these stamps, and then I sell. You need stamps to buy drugs.
Like postage stamps?
Postage stamps. That's
how much
the money.
those cost these days?
Like maybe $10 a book. Or $20 a book.
I just remember them going up in price a lot when I was a kid.
It might be like about 15 now, but the stamps will get you killed.
Grandparents used to be complaining and stuff. My grandma used to complain about the stamp
you really
prices.
needed them at the time.
So you got to collect them, but hold on. When you get in trouble, it's like it's the same as the boys, the kick-in boys. They need the stamps. The police officers need the stamps to pay they snitches. So they're kicking your door and motherfucking take your stamps. So now you just lost $3,000-$4,000 worth of stamps. You need to buy some more stamps to run your ticket or to run your program. Like, I don't like to go to chow hall. You want to pay the cook and do all this other
63
shit.
cents.
Wow.
63 cents. I think
Damn,
I
they
remember
were
it being
48.
like 25.
No, I'm talking about the whole book.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I was
Yeah.
wanting to know for like one letter how much they charge you.
So
That's,
you gotta
crazy.
that's
collect.
first class mail though, so I don't know if that's a little bit more expensive.
I thought they were 40. Well, they just went up again because when I was in jail, they were 48 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when people are calling home talking about they need money, they're trying to buy books.
Right.
They're trying to buy stamps. They're trying to do this. You feel what I'm saying? And you got to understand the feds, people getting robbed. It's this, it's like it's a lot of DC dudes in the feds. You feel what I'm saying? And they're in there because they don't have a federal jail. So like you have to deal with their state and their federal people. Right. So they kind of like low key run the system, to tell you the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So when they're coming in, it's serious. They coming in, they might want to rob, jack, steal. It's it's a different, like I said, you're in all 50 states at one time. So nobody gives a fuck about that you're from here, from there. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got the Texas Syndicate, you got the Mexican Mafia, you got fucking GDs, BDs, they running shit this purpose. It's you gonna learn today.
But you were saying that you've seen people get murdered right in front of you. Did you ever run into any bad situations behind bars, or were you able to keep it together pretty much?
I think God blessed me. You know what I mean? I think God was with me. I don't have a scratch. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, you
like,
seem like
I've been in a few situations.
I mean, you seem kind of like a humble guy, like sort of low key. You don't seem like you'd be in there acting like an asshole. I don't know if there was a different version of you when you were in prison.
It's not that. It's the more of the fact like I still like to floss and I still like to have nice shit. I still so some people's not gonna like that. I want to get my motherfucking food from the cook. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody might want to test you just the fact that I'm getting food delivered. You see what I'm saying? I'm running the ticket. I'm still gonna be trying to be fly.
Mind you, he did time on the level 3 yard in the state prison.
In the state,
also.
then I went to the 4.
So
what
what's the difference of living in the state prison and living in the federal prison? Like
the state prison is everybody's more together because it's ran by the Southsiders, it's ran by the Hispanics. So it's so many of them. We don't have no choice but to get along. We have to get the Bloods, the Crips. Everybody has to get along because if they move on us and like being in the county, they play games, right? They threw us in a tank. It was already some shit. This is during the time where the Hispanic and the Mexican and the black shit was at this all-time high, and we got rushed. And I'm God willing, I'm here to tell you the story because we was only like 13 deep coming off the bus, and they put us in there with probably 50, 60 Southsiders. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And luckily, I didn't hit the ground because one guy hit the ground. It's like they stumped him out, probably broke his ribs. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you could just take the hits, your adrenaline is going so fast. You feel what I'm saying? That you're not gonna feel most of the shit. You know what I mean? And they finna come spray everybody and it's finna get ugly. But in the same token, like going through the county might be like, back in the day might be one of the roughest things that you can do. You feel what I'm saying? Because now it's an all-off thing going on. Every day is some bullshit going on. Every day it's like some bullshit. You right? So when you get to the state, everybody already got their time and they cool, so it's going to be more organized. Mm-hmm. The county's not organized like that because it's a new person and this person thinks he's a shot caller today. Now it's a new shot caller tomorrow. It's not that in the state and the feds when you've been there for a minute. He's already been on this yard for 15 years or 20 years running shit, so it's going to go program that way. And if mainly people are just going to clean up their backyard.
Because I heard him tell a million different stories about being in the county.
The county is every day. Yeah. Tomorrow he got to go there. Now he got to take another fade.
And the gangs,
because it's a new person
where you're
every
from
day.
on the streets matters, whereas when you're in prison, it's just you're black or you're Mexican or you're white or
Thank
whatever.
You. It's more racial. Sure. It's the most racial shit ever.
Which sounds bad, but it actually sounds better than the gang thing.
Yeah, it's
because that sounds like way more
Let
violence.
me touch my own people.
Exactly.
If you're right, he can't be touching you.
It's calm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, but then these people are living there. It's like a permanent residence. Not like that. You're going home one day, but you're living on these yards. There's people been on these yards for 5-6 years problem free or 3 years problem free to where they're not about to let you come in with your game banking tactics and stop the flow of the money, the cell phones and all of that over just you wanting to be a young dude that we're in here all getting along because we got to live here every day. So if we
and that's why they damn near put the cell phones calmed everybody down.
Really?
You feel what I'm saying? Because they bring the cell phones because now somebody got something they trying to protect.
Yeah.
But you
But
mean
if you
like
don't got nothing you trying to protect, then
because now they're like allowed to have like an iPad type thing or a phone, right?
Yeah,
or are you
yeah.
talking about the phones that are still
they
being
just did that
snuck
so
in?
they can make their money because they're like, fuck these phones making all this money. We can make the money off the phones for the people who don't and make the money off the iPhone. Because now just at Pollock, you know what I mean, like they got phones now. So it's like at they didn't really have phones over there, but now it's more common. It's running smooth.
And you're saying
now.
phones that they're allowed to have.
No, I'm talking about the ones that bring it in. But it makes the prison run smoother
I would
because
assume,
now they're
yeah.
in the room talking to their girl. They chilling. They don't want to go out and fucking
stab nobody.
They don't want to stab nobody. Right
Because
now.
imagine if like me, you 20 dudes like us, whatever, we're all hanging out here and we all got our phones. Let's be real. A large percentage of us are going to be looking at Instagram and shit. If we don't have phones, we're all going to be talking to each other. And if we're stuck in here for the next couple of years, we're
don't
going
got
to end
nothing-
up fighting. We're going to end up arguing.
That's
It's
just
all
with
bad.
anybody in life. That's
Exactly,
if you're
yeah.
stuck in the house with your girl.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And
So
sometimes, like when I'm in the dentist waiting office, I'm thinking like, this is kind of crazy that we all just sitting here on our phones. Like 20 years ago, we would have been actually talking to each other and shit. But when you're in prison,
I feel sorry for the kids.
probably you don't want to be talking to each other as much. Like it was better off if you could be kind of distracted, right?
I mean, it's cool, but the same day, every day, you leaning on this person, it's something's gonna go wrong. You're gonna owe the wrong person. He's gonna get into it with his
Right.
bitch, come out. He's not gonna want to joke with you how you wanted to joke. It's gonna be all type of shit, and it's just gonna be today's the day you gonna learn. Like,
Yeah,
and in the penitentiary, it's a hands-off policy in most penitentiaries.
Exactly.
Like if you
So they don't really have that. That's what so when he's telling his stories about the county, it's different because now you just got locked up today. Now you see, right? That was just big. He's in here today for the 6-0 shooting at him, right? Or whatever the case might be, or whatever kind of confrontation that he had. So he need that. Right. So now this is he just already didn't calm down. He's chilling in the dorm. He's trying to fight his case. He come to the door. Now he need to fade. So now it's a constant. And they can move him, right? So then you can move him and start after you already set your boundaries. You've been here for 4 months. 4 months is long in the county. He done already said now he's running the dorm. Now you got to go to a new dorm. And got to go run shit. And now you got it's like starting over. You feel what I'm saying? So now the problems that he's referring to is having to start over. Damn, forget that. You got to go to court. Now CCB is serious, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go to CCB, the court with all the gangs. Meaning that one, nobody got nothing to do. They mad. They just got their bail revoked. They what's called. He needs
this
that.
nigga just got life. Everybody got life.
You feel what I'm saying? So like you're going to court with these people. So the tank is like it's the most wildest shit I've ever seen. Like people are walking by. So now everybody, it's like a performance, right? So now when you at the bottom tank downstairs where they got the, the 1982 where they got the jail cells open like I looked in colors. When you're walking by and on your way to court, everybody banging. They trying to see what tank they finna fall up. So this is like baby Wayside. You feel what I'm saying? But it's Wayside on tour. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so now everybody's going to court and everybody get to see everybody. So now people is marking people court days down and they want to see him when they go to court and they trying to fall up in his tank and squabble with him and you stuck in there. It's, it get dangerous. You feel what I'm saying?
What I was referring to in most penitentiaries, in the feds, like higher level, it's a hands-off policy, meaning like if you break the rules, you get stabbed. It ain't no you get beat up and doing
Oh,
all
no.
of this shit.
There's a child molester coming to your yard, you got to stab him. You feel what I'm saying? You, it's a hands-off policy. You don't see it's cars in the federal penitentiary. It's what car you're in, right? So he's from Tennessee white boy. He's in the Tennessee white boy car. You're in this car. You're in the LA car. It's the Crip car, the Blood, the GDs, vice versa. Sometimes the GDs and the BDs kick it with the Midwest, like, or whatever it is. It depends on what prison you're at, right? Mm-hmm. So, then you got the Latin King. You have so many different gangs and so much different rules that the Puerto Ricans got their own rules. They're not falling up under. It's not like, like how the state is. So everybody has to fall up under what they're with on. Then you got the Norteños and they kicking it with the blacks. And, so it's so many different rules and regulations and we're talking serious shit. So when they putting this demo down, it's finna go down. You feel what I'm saying? Like everything is knife play. It's not, you got a couple of little fight beat off the yard like type shit, right? But the most thing is like, they want to see that.